Climate change is a global phenomenon that poses significant challenges to ecosystems and human societies. Africa, with its diverse geography and dependence on climate-sensitive sectors, is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. This video will examine some of the major effects of climate change in Africa and the potential consequences for its communities and ecosystems. Increase in temperature. Africa is experiencing higher temperatures due to climate change. Heat waves are becoming more frequent and intense, leading to heat-related illnesses and deaths. High temperatures also affect agricultural productivity, water availability, and energy demands. Changing rainfall patterns. Climate change has disrupted rainfall patterns across Africa. Some areas are experiencing prolonged droughts, leading to water scarcity and food insecurity. Other regions are facing increased rainfall and more frequent and intense floods, which cause destruction of infrastructure, displacement of communities, and loss of lives. 3. Desertification and land degradation. Rising temperatures and erratic rainfall contribute to desertification and land degradation in Africa. Drylands are expanding, and fertile lands are becoming arid. This leads to the loss of biodiversity, reduced agricultural productivity, and displacement of rural communities who rely on farming and grazing. Loss of biodiversity. Africa is known for its rich biodiversity, but climate change poses a great threat to this natural heritage. Habitats are being altered, leading to the loss of plant and animal species. Ecological imbalances, such as the decline of pollinators, can impact food production and ecosystem functioning. Rising sea levels. Coastal regions of Africa are particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels caused by climate change. This leads to coastal erosion, saltwater intrusion into freshwater sources, and increased vulnerability to storm surges. Coastal communities and infrastructure are at risk, including vital economic sectors such as tourism and fisheries. Health risks. Climate change also has significant health impacts in Africa. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns can increase the spread of waterborne diseases, such as cholera and malaria. Extreme weather events, like hurricanes and floods, can lead to injuries, the spread of infectious diseases, and the displacement of populations. The effects of climate change in Africa are already being felt and have the potential to significantly impact livelihoods, ecosystems, and economies. Urgent action is required to mitigate and adapt to these changes. This includes reducing greenhouse gas emissions, promoting sustainable practices, investing in climate-resilient infrastructure, and supporting vulnerable communities in adapting to the changing climate. International cooperation and solidarity are crucial to address the challenges of climate change in Africa and ensure a sustainable future for the continent.